Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic day. In this video, we are going to take a deep dive through Kringle Reserve Heartwood. This is one of the new Kringle Reserve fragrances that is launching on June 20th, 2024 at noon Eastern Standard Time. There are 6 fragrances in this collection. I feel like this particular collection is very well curated in that I think there's going to be a little something for everybody. But yes, 6 fragrances in a few different categories, and I will have post-burn reviews for all of them prior to the launch. My intention with these in-depth reviews is to burn all of these candles to at least the halfway point prior to reviewing them. That way I can give you the most accurate information in terms of the fragrances, the strength of the throw, the overall burn quality, if there's anything to watch out for with the wicks. My hope is that these videos give you the information that you need to make an informed decision on whether you want to add any of these fragrances to your candle collection, or if this is one of those releases that you can just skip altogether. They are launching all at the same time. I anticipate that a couple of the scents will sell out. They usually do. I have my thoughts on which those are going to be. I don't anticipate this one selling out, although I love this one. I think it should sell out. It's so good. But yeah, typically there are scents that do sell out. So if you are interested in this collection, I would plan on checking in on June 20th to make your purchase if you're at all interested. If you are aware of how the Reserve launches usually go, you know that they are not put on any kind of sale. Reserve candles hardly ever go on sale. You can use my discount code Melanie15 to save 15% off of these, or if you have rewards points, you can certainly use those, but they will not be on sale. So anyway, we are kicking it off with Heartwood first in terms of these reviews, because honestly, this particular scent surprised me the most out of the 6 that were sent to me. I did receive these in PR, by the way. But this one here is one that I would have never purchased on my own had I not had the opportunity to at least smell it first. So I'm very, very thankful to have received this one. You guys, this is such a beautiful scent. I'm kind of also drawn to it because of the label as well. So my husband and I are kind of getting into this like crafty stage of our lives, I guess you could say. He just recently purchased a wood miser. So we have been sourcing different types of wood like oak, cherry, alder, and we have been making these wood slices. This is what the purpose of a wood miser is. If you've ever seen a live edge table, they create those, you know, using these basically wood misers to slice the wood to be able to create those beautiful flat tables, obviously. So it's a really great machine. It's a lot of fun to play with, and I have some big goals about some things that I would like to do with some of this wood. But anyway, this particular label I just thought was so beautiful. If you are not familiar with Heartwood, I am going to go ahead and just quickly explain to you what Heartwood actually is. So it's the central dead and non-living wood of older trees that supports their structure and basically acts like a pillar. So a lot of times when you take a wood slice, the very central part of that wood slice might have a little bit of a different color to it. It looks like the wood rings are maybe a little bit tighter. But basically it's the heartwood that supports the majority of the tree. It is definitely a harder type of wood. And a lot of times it can be really, really beautiful. So as we are, you know, sourcing different logs and things for our wood miser, I'm definitely taking a look at the heartwood of each of those, because some of them I think are just really fun to just like slice into like little wood slices to use as, you know, like table decor for weddings and things like that. But yeah, that's actually what heartwood is. So this label here I think is absolutely stunning, huge fan. But let's go ahead and get into the fragrance itself. I'm gonna take you guys through the fragrance notes. I'll tell you what my nose detects. We'll go into strength and throw. We'll talk about the wicks, because the wicks they're a little tricky for some of these Reserve candles, and I really want to stress the wicks. So, you know, we'll just kind of wrap that in with overall burn quality, and we'll go from there. All right, the top notes, sandalwood and green. The mid notes are sage and spice, and the base is patchouli and amber. And listen, if you are about to leave because I just said the word patchouli, please don't, please don't leave. This is not that super earthy, like dirty patchouli note. This is, I don't know a better way to explain it other than like a perfume grade patchouli, where it's very sophisticated smelling. It's very pretty. It's not, listen, it doesn't smell gross. I understand that there are some forms of patchouli that are a little rough. I don't like those either. Like, I will immediately tune out, but that is not what this is. This reminds me of more of the patchouli that I smell in a lot of my personal fragrances. I do like a heavier, spicier type of perfume myself. So this definitely falls in line with the type of patchouli that I look for in terms of personal fragrances. But let's go ahead and start with those top notes. First of all, do I smell sandalwood? Yes, absolutely. This is not a creamy sandalwood. This is just more of a straight up like sandalwood. Very kind of soft, not aggressive, but a nice woodiness, just your typical sandalwood. What I don't smell, however, is any type of green, either in the form of grass, leaves, any type of foliage. There is no green to this fragrance at all to my nose. The mid notes of sage and spice. Now I do get a little bit of sage here, but I think what I smell even more is that really lovely spice combo here. And to my nose, I'm getting, now that I'm like at the halfway point here, I'm getting 3 distinct spice notes. First of all, there's definitely some clove in here. I think there's definitely a little tiny bit of star anise, and I think there's some cardamom that I'm picking up here. So it's not your typical spice of, you know, just like cinnamon and clove shoved together. I feel like it's a more sophisticated take on spice. Now the star anise, I want to say this doesn't have like a heavy licorice type note to it. It's very, very slight, but I do smell it in there, and I actually really like it. But I think I get more clove and maybe cardamom than star anise. But those are absolutely the 3 that I smell. But they're not even the focal point of this scent. I really feel like to my nose, it's predominantly the sandalwood going into the amber, then the patchouli, then the spices, then the sage. So it's kind of interesting. Like my nose really kind of jumps around with these fragrance notes. But let's again address the patchouli. Beautiful, perfumey, soft patchouli. Not dirty hippie patchouli. I'm telling you, I know there's a big difference, and I think this is a patchouli worth taking a chance on. And again, this is coming from someone who doesn't normally gravitate towards these types of fragrances, but you guys, I love this scent. I want this in my life, especially this fall and winter. This is going to go so well with the fruity scents that I like during the fall. It's also going to go well with my fall gourmands. I think this one is going to be amazing around the holidays. I mean, if this label isn't like holiday enough for you, I don't know, stick a big red bow or something on the front, but I think this would also be a really incredible Christmas scent as well. But back to the patchouli, it is delightful. I really like the patchouli. But you know what I think really rounds this fragrance out is that amber. It's that really like rich, like sophisticated, I don't know, amber to my nose always smells like a fancy lady type fragrance. I think amber is definitely a very unisex scent, but I really do seek it out when it comes to a lot of personal fragrances. It just jives really well with my body chemistry. And the amber in here is like the type of amber that I seek out in personal fragrance, where it's just really warm, it's very inviting. It pairs so well with the patchouli and the sandalwood, and it just creates the most lovely, unique, woody fragrance. Again, I love this one and I cannot get enough of it. In terms of strength and throw, so this is definitely a solid medium performer. I will say, once Kringle switches to the 4 wicks, if they ever put this into a 4-wick, I'll definitely get the 4-wick. But with this 2-wick version here, I'm getting a solid 7 in terms of strength, and I'm getting probably between a 6 and a 7 in terms of throw. I wish this one traveled a little bit further, but I also, you know, I haven't really tried it in a hurricane or anything like that. I would have loved to have had it in the entryway here with the Sherborne Hurricane, but if you guys didn't see, I broke the glass for my Sherborne Hurricane. So, and this has mostly lived out here in the entryway. This is a great location for this scent because just naturally the airflow here kind of swirls things all around the house. So I get a little bit more in terms of throw placing the candle here. But it's a good solid medium, I will say that. But would I like a little bit more? Yeah, I think I would. I think I'm gonna try this in my Chester Hurricane and see if it amps up a little bit. So I'll definitely let you know in my weekly home fragrance roundup if that is the case. But yeah, nice, solid, medium performance. In terms of strength and throw, let's talk the burn quality. So I wanna go ahead and turn this to the side here so that you can see that I am at the halfway point here. I've had this lit for about, I would say, an hour now. I've been burning these for typically between like 4 and 5 hours. I feel very confident with the Kringle soy formulation, which is what the Reserve candles also are. They typically don't get dirty or sooty on me, so I tend to burn them a little bit longer, but always remember to follow the directions that are included for your candle. You can find those on the bottom of each candle, so check those out. If you are burning your candles for 7, 8, 9, 10 hours at a time, I guarantee you, you're probably burning them a lot longer than the company wants you to, and that might be why you're dealing with some issues potentially. But these, between 4 and 5 hours, they've been burning great. I do get a nice deep wax pool. So this wax pool will get a little bit deeper, down to about a good solid inch here, but nice strong flames on this one. Let's discuss these wicks. Okay, the wicks on this one are like the wicks that I am very used to with Kringle. They're the ones that are very non-problematic. You almost don't have to trim the wicks between each burn because there aren't huge mushroom tops that form. However, that's not the case with all of the releases that are a part of this particular lineup. So this is why I'm saying watch each of the individual videos, because there's definitely varying performance from these wicks. These are great. Like I said, I trim just a little bit before each burn, but I don't necessarily feel like I have to. I think this one is very clean burning. I have not had any issue with sooting or smoking from this one. It's very, I guess, unproblematic in that way, and I'm getting a really great performance. So I don't have any complaints here, except that I wish it was just a little bit stronger, maybe had a little bit more throw to it. But all of that being said, I think as it stands just on its own, it's a beautiful fragrance, you guys, and I would absolutely recommend checking it out. I honestly can't say enough good things about it, and I'm really glad they chose to send this one to me because, like I said, I don't think that I would have tossed this one in my cart just based off of the fragrance notes alone. I think I would have been a little leery about the type of patchouli. And just the fact that it is, you know, it's definitely a more woody, maybe slightly more masculine type of scent, but it's stunning. And yeah, I'm a big fan. This will absolutely be a repurchase for me. And if you're willing to take a chance on it, I think that you'll really enjoy it as well. Anyway, that's it for this one. There are 5 more reviews to come. So if you are not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way, as soon as each of these reviews are released, they will pop up in your subscription feed. I'll put a link to Kringle in the description box. I'll put my discount information down there, and happy shopping if you choose to partake. Definitely let me know which of the fragrances you are most excited about. I will link just my initial overview of all 6 fragrances in the description box as well. That way, if you missed that video, you can check that out. But yeah, here's to more of these in-depth reviews in the coming days. I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.